Hey everyone, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, and this is another episode of What Sold on eBay this week, today, etc., etc. Hope everyone is having an amazing day so far. If you're not watching this in two times, definitely go down there, click the gear, and watch this in two times if you want to save some time. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, here on YouTube and Thrift Shop Hustler on IG. I've been actually toying with the fact of putting this on the Instagram feed. So if you're not following, I think I have a link down below. Definitely go and check that out. So welcome to all the Instagram TV people also. So we'll be doing that. First up, we have this Sony PSP 1001. As a matter of fact, I think that is one of the most sought after PSP versions. If you look in the very back, let me see if I actually have a photo of that so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I don't think I did a close up of the back. Well, anyways, in the very bottom, there is a little area, and I can show you right now. If I can click. I don't know if I have. Down in this area, there's a little barcode on the bottom, and it'll actually tell you the style number of the PSP. I think there's 1000 and 1001. I'm not completely sure, but definitely check that out. Anyways, I paid like $10 for this bundle at a thrift shop, and everything worked. You could, in theory, part all this stuff out and probably make a little bit more, but to save time, I grouped it all together. You can get pretty good money just for the AC unit itself, and just make sure you got to make sure that this works. Some of these PSPs, the background lighting on some of these kind of go out, not go out, but they kind of get weird after a while. So make sure you're describing any scratches or weird anomalies with the backlit situation here with a PSP. For the most part, 90% of the time when you deal with a PSP, it's going to be fine. Sometimes the batteries need to be changed, and I'm going to see if I can show you guys that real quick. There's a battery compartment. I don't have a picture of that. My apologies. Also, they take memory sticks. Sometimes you could find these memory cards in there that have some really interesting stuff on those. So just like cameras and things like that, double check, triple check for the memory cards, and just to make sure that erase whatever's on there before you sell it. Definitely check those out. You can find some really interesting things in there. Sometimes I'm telling you. Next up, we have this Bass Pro Shop NOS hat. I think this might have been from the 80s or the 90s. I'm not completely sure. The thing was in mint. Anyways, I took a best offer for this. This was some time ago. I actually don't remember what the price was for this, but definitely check out snapbacks. I think sometimes people miss these. Well, they don't miss those. Is they kind of like overlook some of these, and every thrift store is going to have a pile of these somewhere. Just be familiar where these are, and I highly suggest just purchasing ones that look brand new. Uh, there's very few used ones that you're actually going to get good money for. There's certain brands you should look out for, but that's too long for this video. But definitely pick up snapbacks if they're cheap and they're like brand new and they're familiar things like teams, brands, and they just look in good condition. They need to be like mint, actually. For me, they have to be in mint condition, the right company, and the right price for me to buy one of these. Next up, we have this. I don't know what this guy's called. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Let's try it. Leibenslieder polkas. I have no idea. Um, I find a lot of really good CDs at these thrift stores that I go to locally. As a matter of fact, sometimes they'll save them and let me scan them before they put them out. And I found this one. It was not brand new. It was in really good condition, very good condition. I actually downgrade usually most of my CDs. Even if they're like new, I'll do like very good. I just like to downgrade because then when the customer gets it, they're expecting a certain grade, and when it's better for you as a seller. As you can see, this was an older auction. It had a free shipping on this, 19.99 plus free shipping. I think I've maybe paid a quarter for this CD. So there's still good money in CDs, and I highly suggest diversifying your knowledge because I've been doing this for over 30 years. I can't tell you how much uh, weird things that I know about that a lot of people don't know about. And that was the whole point of the to get to know your stuff or Know Your Stuff video series, which I should probably start to pick up again. A lot of you guys have been asking about that series. Next up, we have this Dodgers medallion from 2005. I remember like you would get these. They were $2.99, and you would get these with a purchase of a newspaper. Do you remember newspapers? Oh my goodness! Back in 2005, and I ended up working out a deal with certain supermarkets that they would actually just sell me all the rest of these that they had left, because I think you only were supposed to sell these in a certain amount of time. And I ended up buying like a big bulk of these things down the road after the promotion, because they just sat on these things because no one pretty much bought newspapers or cared about these. And for some reason, these are really cool. They're like coins with. I wonder if I got a closer look at this. They're like coins with like a little bit of like a jelly kind of photo thing in the cover, and they're really cool. And I actually put sets together and sold those a long time ago. And these are basically all the loose ones. I'm just saying, like, I do a lot of stuff on volume. A lot of people, not a lot, but a few people complain in the comments that why do I show these low priced items? But what I'm saying is, for me, my own personal thing, I work on a lot of volume. Like if you sell 1,000 of these type of things in a month or in a year, that adds up. And so I'm just showing you guys just to kind of diversify your mindset. A lot of people that just sell clothes. There's a lot of people that sell hard goods. You got to diversify your mindset. Be able to find the different that anywhere you go, you'll find something of value. Next up, we have this PlayStation 3 Eye of Judgment. Actually, Eye of Judgment's near and dear to my heart. I was knee deep in the game. As a matter of fact, I was doing a lot of social media stuff for Sony. But anyways, back to that. I have a lot of knowledge in the Eye of Judgment cards. You guys have probably never heard of this card set. It was for PlayStation 3. What happens was you actually take the cards and you put it on a placemat, and the camera, the PSI or PS3i, would actually scan those barcodes that are on there. It would be like augmented reality inside of the game. I'm sorry, I'm talking China. Anyways, this is a great game. There's lots of cards that are still worth a lot. If you see these, definitely look for the ultra rares. One of those things that you probably never find, but I just wanted to mention. Like I said, I like planting seeds in your guys' heads, and just to show you that I've been doing this for so long that pretty much I'm showing you guys all the time stuff you've probably never even heard of. Next up, we have this Cards Against Humanity. This was actually another one of those volume movers. I found a few of these at Target in the clearance section. The main reason why I'm showing you this is just to look at the Target clearance section. They're usually on the end caps of the toy section. Sometimes they have them in the electronics bins. And every once in a while, you'll find an amazing deal on something. But for the most part, when they put things on clearance, they're not that great of a deal. It's pretty much retail arbitrage. And I remember selling a few of these on Amazon, but just to get rid of it on eBay, I had an extra one left. I want to show you guys. The main reason I'm showing you this is that those clearance end caps are definitely worth looking at. Next up, we have this vintage Japan shiny apple anthropomorphic. That is a mouthful right there. And for those that don't know, anthropomorphic, pretty much the definition of that is kind of like inanimate objects personified with human characteristics. And so when you're dealing with salt and pepper shakers, the most popular ones are going to be like fruits that look like humans, inanimate objects that look like humans. For some reason, that whole collector niche loves that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm mainly showing you this. I bought a huge collection of salt and pepper shakers a while ago, and I thought it was actually they were gonna do well because I paid like $2 for each set, and there was some really vintage ones, and they ended up didn't really sell. It was kind of a bust. This was the only one that sold, and this even sold for $9.99. This is probably like a $20 or $30 set in my mind. Also, for the old ones, you're going to want to look in the bottoms. The older ones are usually going to have corks. And to be honest, most vintage salt and pepper shakers you're going to find aren't even going to have anything in the bottom. They're not going to have the corks or anything like that. The plastic seals are usually the newer ones. Cork ones are usually older, but don't go just by that. Also, there's usually hallmarks here somewhere in the bottom, whether it be glazed in, written in, or actually stamped in. These ones actually, I think, are Japan, as they don't say it, but there were some ones that sold just exactly like this that were tagged like this. And as a matter of fact, all the ones that I bought were all pretty much from Japan, so that's why I kind of assumed that these are all together. As you can see, there's a little bit of cracking here. That just happens with age. The gloss usually that temperature change surface, the chemical reaction with the surface. Anyways, I am Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about anything. Click the like button, subscribe, click the bells for notifications. And I really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone watching on Instagram now. We're going to try to post these on Instagram also, and the link below for that. Once again, I am Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, and see you next time. Take care.